Okay, this is Dave, and I'm going to show you how to make a variation on Puttanesca chicken. So, Puttanesca was originated in Naples, Italy, a long time ago, and it means cooking with garlic, tomatoes, capers, and anchovies. I'm going to forego the anchovies because I'm going to be making chicken. Normally, with pasta, you make it with anchovies, and like anything else, if you're cooking Italian and anything really, you should have a wine. So I'm going to be pairing this with an Amarone, a nice Italian big wine, which is out of Tuscany, Valpolicella. So the wine is great. And I'm going to be cooking chicken thighs. So I want the chicken thighs, I cook them with the bone in and skin on. Bone in makes it much more juicier and flavorful. And with skin, I like it to be crispy. So there's no reason to cook chicken with skin on if you don't want it crispy. So first of all, if you want it crispy, and if you're going to cook anything, you want to pat dry it. So I want to wash my hands first based on everything that's going on in the world, and it's just good practice anyway. A lot of people say you should wash and rinse chicken. When I do a whole chicken, I absolutely do that because, you know, there could be blood in the cavity. But for regular pieces, not so much. I think it's hard to get it to taste good and to water down. But anyway, you want to make sure you dry it because you can't get it crispy if you don't dry it. So I just take a paper towel. I'm just going to make a small batch, 4 pieces, bone in, skin on. Wrap it and squeeze it with a paper towel. Get it nice and dry. And then I'm gonna bake this in the oven at 400 degrees and make sure that the skin is up because that's what's gonna make it crispy, right? And so I'm just gonna use a simple baking dish. You can use a cookie sheet. I would always put foil on any cooking sheet that I'm gonna bake something on because then you ruin it and it's really hard to scrub. It doesn't come clean in the dishwasher. And then, you know, just a little bit of olive oil spray, not real expensive. You don't want to waste a lot of money on something that's not going to add to the flavor. This is just to make sure it doesn't stick to the pan. So four chicken thighs, patted dry, in the baking dish, skin up. So there's the bottom, there's the skin up. You want to make sure that they're, if you can, the size of the dish, you don't want to touch the sides of the dish, and you don't want the chicken breasts touching each other if you can make that so that it doesn't cook unevenly or you have a raw piece. And so basically, so for a Puttanesca dish, it's tomatoes, garlic, capers, and anchovies. So I'm going to use powdered garlic, because if you use the chunks and you chop it up, it doesn't crisp up. You want to make this like a salt in a rub. So some garlic powder. I'm also going to throw in a little bit of onion powder. Not as much, and again, I'm just dusting the tops of the skins. It just helps it crisp up the skin a little bit better. I've got some Kalamata olives that are pitted and seedless, no pits, that I'm going to throw in here on top. And then I roasted my own cherry tomatoes. You know, you can buy these at Olive Bars, but if you roast your own, it's so simple and so inexpensive, and you always have it on hand. And they're way more flavorful. I suppose I should probably do another video on that. And then some capers. I won't do the anchovies because I don't think fish goes with chicken like that. And just drizzle them on. Now the thing is, as I bake this, the chicken will tend to lose some moisture, and that will make all the other ingredients kind of roast the chicken in their own juices. But then you also have the top with the rubs and the salt, the onion powder, the garlic powder, and here we go. This is going to go in the oven at 400 degrees for about 40 minutes, and it should come out nice and crispy and juicy and taste wonderful. So that's my chicken puttanesca without the anchovies, and a great amarone. Salute.